system, the 2D coordinate system, if something is given like this, x is equal to 2 or y is equal to 3, it all indicating what? Line. Fixing one quantity will give you the line. Suppose if it is x comma y, say if it is 2 comma 3, then the intersection of two line will give you point. Intersection of two line will give you the point. And again, there was another way to get the point. Say for example, the equation is like this. Say for example, 2x plus 3y is equal to 5, and completely different another independent equation. Say some 3x plus 2y is equal to 6. Okay, again this equation gives you the line. This equation also gives you the line, and overall intersection of two line gives you the point. Intersection of two line gives you the point. Okay. Again, if the equations are dependent, say one equation depending on another equation, then you will get many infinite number of points that will solve your equation. Okay. And some cases, if the equation is inconsistent, say for example, if 2x plus 3y is equal to 5, and another one equation 2x plus 3y is equal to 10, then we have seen that these two are parallel lines. These two are parallel lines. There is no solution. Parallel lines, then there is no solution. Okay. Next, 3D system. In 3D system, suppose you have only one variable, say x is equal to 2. Okay, x is equal to, it indicates a plane. X is equal to 2, it indicates a single variable will give you the plane. X is equal to 2 is a plane. And suppose if another variable y is equal to 2, y is equal to 3, then it will also give you the plane. And again, intersection of these two plane will give you the line. Intersection of these two plane will give you the line. If one more plane comes, and again if intersects with this line, say for example, if s is equal to 5, again you will get a plane. Again, intersection of plane and line gives you the point. Intersection of plane and line gives you the point. The next we have seen, suppose if it is given in terms of equation format, okay, in terms of equation format, say some 3x plus 2y plus 5z is equal to 10, then it gives you the plane. It gives you the plane. And in case if 3x plus 2y plus 5z is equal to 20, and that is also a plane, but they are parallel to each other. This is also a plane, but these two planes are parallel to each other. There is no solution. Parallel. Okay, no solution. Parallel means no solution. Okay. Or otherwise, if it is given like this, instead of in this format, if it is given in some other format, say 6x plus y plus 2z equal to 20, some other random format. Again, this equation is also a plane. This is also another plane. Definitely there will be intersection of these two plane, and again intersection of these two plane will give you the line. Okay, if one more plane comes, say 7x plus 2y plus z is equal to 30, and the intersection of this plane with this line finally will give you the point. Finally will give you the point. So on the last class part. Now we'll extend our discussion to the new concept. Say for example, if I am having two equations, say 3x plus 2y plus z equal to 10, I'm having another equation 2x plus y plus z equal to 5. Okay, this is the equation 1. This is the equation 1 and equation 2. Say for example, writing the equation number, say this is the equation number 1, this is the equation number 2. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to form a new equation. I'm going to form, anyway, that intersection of these two equation is a line. Okay, if they are not dependent, if they are not parallel, the planes are not parallel, then definitely you will get a line. Intersection of two plane is a line. Okay, you will get a line actually with the help of these two equation. Okay, you will get a line with the help of these two equation. You will get a line actually. Now I am going to form a one more equation. Okay, one more equation whose format is just like this. Say for example, n1 multiply with the equation 1 and n2 multiply with the equation 2. n1 and n2 can be any number. Okay, in simple case it can be 1 1. In simple case n1 and n2 can be 1, or otherwise it can be any number. That means what? I am going to form new equation, the third equation, that is the linear combination of these two equations. I'm going to form a third equation, that is linear combination of these two equations. Once if I form that equation, what happens? Say for simplicity, I take n1 and n2 as a 1. Okay, once I take 5x plus 3y plus 2z is equal to 15. Okay, now this will give you the one plane, because this is a simple equation. It has three variables. In the simple sense, it will give you the plane. Okay, now what is the relation between this plane and this line? Anybody? This is the assignment I have given you, WhatsApp. Can you give the relation between this line and the plane? Anyone? Yes, sir. Try பண்ணீங்களா? Yes, anyone? Hello. Okay, the relation is something like this. Say for example, if the first line is like this, okay, anyway, with the first two equation I have formed the line, and I have formed the third equation with the linear combination of the first two equation, then my third plane will be something like this. What is the understanding? Already this line is formed by the intersection of two planes. This line is formed by the intersection of two planes. Intersection of two planes will give you the line. I am forming one more new plane. That plane, what is the relation between that plane and that line? What happens? That plane completely resides, sorry, that line completely resides on the newly formed plane. Okay, that means what is the solution for in this case? Anybody? The solution is, again it will have infinite number of solution. Again it will have infinite number of solution, because what is the common point between this plane and this line? The common point is this only, this line only, the common point. Okay, between the plane and the line. So that means what? Any point that is given on that line will solve your equations. Why? Because they have given you the third equation, that is the redundant one. With the help of first two equation only, they have given you the third equation. The third equation is redundant one. So it is very evident that in a three-dimensional coordinate system, if only two equations are given, then it will give you the infinite number of solutions. Okay, from mathematics you know that. Okay, in three-dimensional coordinate system, okay, anyway they are given the three equation, but what happens? The third equation is redundant. Third equation is redundant. So actually only you are having only two equation. So in a three-dimensional coordinate system, if only two equation is given, then you will have infinite number of solution. Then you will have infinite solution. Okay, that is the observation. You will have infinite solution. Okay. Now
sir, one second, just
yes,
the equation, sir. Just show me the equation, sir. First equation is 3x plus 2y plus z equal to 10.
Wait, madam, I will show.
Yeah, okay, sir.
2x plus y plus z equal to 5. And this is the linear combination of first two equation. The third equation I am forming is linear combination of first two equation. That's why I am calling this third equation as a redundant equation. Okay, because there is no any new information here. It has been formed from the first two equations. So effectively you are having only two equations. Okay, then how many solutions? Infinite solutions. Okay, suppose in case of GATE exam, if they given you three equations, okay, they given you three equations, if any one of the equation is linear combination of other two equation, definitely the solution for that is infinite number of solution. Definitely the solution is infinite solution. Anyway, there you will go by some other method like a rank method or something else. You will calculate the rank, and then finally you will conclude infinite solution. But with this type of understanding, you can quickly conclude that those system will have an infinite number of solution. Okay, once if any one of the equation is linear combination of other two equations, definitely you will get infinite number of solution. But the only condition is these two equation has to be consistent first. Okay, these two equation has to be consistent, then only it is true. Consistent in the sense what? They should not be parallel to each other. They should not be parallel to each other. Okay. Okay, now we'll go to rectangular coordinate system or Cartesian coordinate system. We'll try to learn some basics. Okay, so say these are all axes of the coordinate system: x, y, z, x, y, z. Then the xy plane. This is the xy plane, sir. This is the xy plane. How I can denote the xy plane? What is the value of xy plane? The value of xy plane is what? Y is equal to 0, sir. You in xy plane, you go anywhere, definitely you will get what, sir? Y is equal to 0. Y is equal to what, sir? 0. In xy plane, you go anywhere, definitely you will get y is equal to 0. Okay, in xy plane, y is equal to what, sir? 0. That is important. In xy plane, y is equal to 0. Okay, suppose I take another plane. Okay, another plane. Say now my plane value is y is equal to 1 or y is equal to 2, some value. Y is equal to 2.
Sir,
Yes,
excuse
no?
me. Sir, in
Solunga.
xy plane, y equal to 0.
Yeah, sorry, madam. X is z. X is z.
X is z. Okay.
X is z. Yeah. X is z. The diagram I have shown you. In a x is z plane, y is equal to 0. Now I am going to draw another plane. Okay, y is equal to 2. Okay, y is equal to 2. Anyway, you know that in a three-dimensional coordinate system, if only one dimension is given, definitely it will give you the plane or surface. Okay, plane or surface. Now I am going to draw another plane. For the value is y is equal to 2. Y has to be 2, but x and z can be anything. X and z can be anything. Now here also you understand that here y is 0. Then what is the value of x and z? X can be anything and z can be anything. Okay, x can be anything and z can be anything. That is the understanding. So similarly, if you draw y is equal to 2 plane, and please remember that I have shown you only this way, but this is extended into the minus domain also. See again, but if I draw this, it will make you the confusion. That's why I am not drawing. Okay, this infinite plane is extended downwards also, from z minus infinity to z plus infinity and x plus infinity to x minus infinity. Okay, it will be extended. Okay, so next time I am going to make y is equal to 2 plane. Y is equal to 2 plane. In y is equal to 2, y has to be 2, and the remaining variables, x can be anything and z can be anything. So once if you intuitively, if you imagine yourself, definitely you will get a plane. Okay, you will get a plane, something which is parallel to, okay, which is parallel to what, sir? Which is parallel to already existing plane y is equal to 0. So are you understanding that I am drawing a new plane whose value is y is equal to 2 and x and z can be anything. Okay, x and z can be anything. Now what is the understanding? These two planes are exactly parallel to each other. These two planes are exactly parallel to each other. Suppose if I draw another plane y is equal to 5, definitely that is also a parallel to the existing planes. Okay, so you should know that what is actually happening. Okay, what are the parallel planes? Okay, so y is equal to 0 and y is equal to 2 are always parallel planes. Okay, next, again, say this is some kind of surface. Okay, say now you are in y is equal to 0 plane. For y is equal to 0 plane, what is the surface vector of that plane? Okay, please remember, for any surface, say I am having some surface like this. If somebody is asking what is the surface vector of this plane? Okay, or surface. The surface vector is always denoted perpendicular to the surface. Okay, you take any surface, let it be linear surface or curved surface. Okay, the surface vector has to be always perpendicular to that surface. The surface vector has to be always perpendicular to that surface. That is the definition of surface vector. That is the definition of surface vector. Okay, now for this surface, what is the vector, sir? Anybody? For xz plane or y is equal to 0 plane, the surface vector is what, sir? Y cap. Is it correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So the surface vector is for y is equal to 0 plane or xz plane, the surface vector is y cap. The surface vector is y cap. Similarly, you can write for another planes also, another plane. Okay. So now again the surface vector is y cap. It can be minus y cap also. Okay. Y cap means the vector is going in this direction. Suppose if you assume that if the vector goes in this direction, that is also a perpendicular to this plane. So surface vector can be y cap or minus y cap. Okay, both are possible. Okay, because the definition is the surface vector has to be perpendicular to that surface. For any open surface, these are all open surface. Okay, there are two types of surface. One is open surface and another one is closed surface. So these are all open surface. If you take ball kind of structure, that is a closed surface. Okay, so in case of open surface, the surface vector has to be perpendicular to the actual surface. So the surface vector is either y cap or minus y cap, either y cap or minus y cap. Okay, now again we'll go to another plane. Say now I take xy plane. Say this is my xy plane. In xy plane, what is 0, sir? In xy plane, z equal to 0. So I can call it as a xy plane or z equal to 0 plane. Z equal to 0 plane. Now what is the vector? What is the surface vector of this plane? Okay, what is the surface vector? That is definitely z cap. That is definitely what? Z cap. Again, you can take minus z cap also. Okay, just opposite to z cap. So this is the surface vector of this plane. Okay, z cap. Okay. Next, what is the um, another plane, that is yz plane. That is yz plane. Okay, I am in yz plane, or I can call it as yz plane. Instead of yz plane, I can call it as a x is equal to 0 plane. X is equal to 0 plane. Okay, now what is the surface vector? Surface vector for this plane is x cap. Okay, I can draw something like this, but anyway, as it is a two-dimensional paper, it will not be very clear. Actually, exactly that vector will be coming out of this paper, okay, to your head. So that is x cap. Okay, that is x cap, or otherwise minus x cap also you can take. Minus x cap also you can take. So now in a three-dimensional Cartesian coordinate system, you know what is plane. Okay, what is the simple plane? And again, if you make new plane, whether it is parallel to already existing plane or not. Okay, in a simple sense. Okay, in a simple sense. Okay, again there are three basic planes: x is equal to 0 plane, or y is equal to 0, or z equal to 0. Again, there is a corresponding surface vector for that planes. Okay. And again, please remember that what is the range of x? The range of x in general is minus infinity to plus infinity. Anyway, we are in two-dimensional paper. We cannot show that minus infinity. So x extends from minus infinity to plus infinity. Y also goes from minus infinity to plus infinity, and z also goes from minus infinity to plus infinity. Okay. If something goes from minus infinity to plus infinity, say for example, a plane we have taken, and I told that plane is extending from minus infinity to plus infinity, those are called a plane, infinite plane, because the plane is going up to infinite, so they are called infinite plane. Suppose in some cases the plane will be extended from 0 to infinity only, not from minus infinity to plus infinity. So in those cases, that plane is called as a semi-infinite plane. Okay, semi-infinite plane. The plane is extending from minus infinity to plus infinity, that is a simple plane. Okay, or otherwise if it is extending from 0 to infinity, that is semi-infinite plane. Okay, semi-infinite plane. Okay, now so with the help of three-dimensional coordinate system, what is actually happening with x, y, z? Okay, with x, y, z, say x, y, z is a point. So with the help of this point, by varying these points x and y, z, you can go anywhere in the universe. You can anyway you should have some center point origin, some center point origin, some reference point. With the help of reference point, you can go anywhere because you are having the flexibility on x. X can be anything from minus infinity to plus infinity. Y can be anything. Z can be anything. Z can be anything. Okay. So this is a three-dimensional Cartesian coordinate system. Cartesian coordinate system. Okay. Next, before actually entering into the Cartesian coordinate system, let me discuss some basics in two-dimensional coordinate system. Say, for example, if you are having two-dimensional coordinate system like this, okay, there this is x, okay, minus x, y, or y. So again, in a 2D plane, by varying x and y, you can go anywhere. Okay, either for the first quadrant or second or third, anywhere you want. Then again, instead of using this system, Cartesian system, there is another system called polar system. Okay, polar coordinate system. So any number, any xy can be represented in terms of polar format also. Okay, polar format, because xy will be representing like this. Xy, that's similar to that, we can represent it like r comma theta also. Okay, r comma theta also. Say for example, if I want to go to this point, I have to go by x factor in x-axis and y factor in y-axis, then the common point is x comma y. The common point is x comma y. Okay. இப்போ இந்த பாயிண்ட ரீச் பண்றதுக்கு வேற வழியில எப்படி போலாம்னா, இந்த பாயிண்ட்ல இருந்து I have to go some distance of r, radial distance. Radially I am going, but I don't know which direction I want to go. Okay, because I can go, this is also r from the center point, this is also r, this is also r. So I should know some angle. So from x-axis, at what angle that particular point is there. Okay, from x-axis. So from x-axis, that is at the angle of theta, that is r comma theta value. Okay, r comma theta value. You can go anywhere with help of this r comma theta. Say for example, see, I want to go to this point. Okay, first of all, I should know the radius. What is the radial distance? Then I should know the angle. How much angle from the base? Okay, again, here x-axis is a reference axis for angle. So with help of r comma theta, I can go anywhere. Okay, then again, what is the range of r? Anybody? What is the range of r? What I'm telling, instead of x comma y, I can use r comma theta. Anyway, there is a relation between r and x, y and r. So r at any case, using Pythagoras theorem, is square root of x square plus y square. Theta is equal to tan inverse of y by x, but you have to be careful, little bit careful in which quadrant you are. So depending on that, you will get some extra 90 degree or 180 degree. Okay, generally theta is equal to tan inverse y by x, but you will get some extra angle here. Anyway, once the problem comes, that then I will discuss that. Okay, now anybody, what is the limiting? What is the range of r? The range of x is minus infinity to plus infinity. Yeah, it is a radius. The radius can never be negative. So, okay, radius can never be negative. So the range of r is 0 to infinite. The range of r is 0 to infinite. And again, what is the range of theta? What is the range of theta? So I can start at 0 angle. I can go to 90 degree, yes, 180 degree and 270 degree and 360 degree. Okay, so my angle is 0 to 2 pi or 0 to 360 degree. My angle is 0 to 360 degree. Okay, this is the simple relation between the Cartesian and what polar format. Okay, in the Cartesian coordinate system, again we can represent in polar format. The polar format is simply what is the radius, what is the angle from the base. So that is the idea. What is the radius from the origin and what is the angle from the base. Okay, base axis. Okay. Now, once if we go to 3D, once you go to 3D, what is happening? Already you have x and y axis, no, that you have to bring down here. Okay, previously you have only 2 axes, so that's why you use the entire plane of the paper, okay, in the screen. Now you are going to have 3 axes, so your entire xy axis will come in the horizontal plane, so and again you are going to introduce one more axis. Say that axis name is called z axis. Okay, அப்போ என்ன மீனிங் சார், xy ஆக்சிஸ்ல நம்ம ஏற்கனவே என்ன பண்ணோமோ அது எல்லாமே கான்ஸ்டன்ட் தான். xy டொமைன்ல நம்ம இப்போ நான் xy டொமைன்ல இங்க வரணும்னா நான் என்ன சார் பண்ணணும், கார்ட்டீசியன் கோஆர்டினேட் சிஸ்டம் யூஸ் பண்ணலாம், போலார் கோஆர்டினேட் சிஸ்டம் r, θ யூஸ் பண்ணலாம். அப்ப நான் என்ன பண்ணணும், ஆரிஜின்ல இருந்து நான் எவ்வளவு டிஸ்டன்ஸ்ல இருக்கேன்னு தெரியணும். வேற என்ன தெரியணும், எனக்கு பேஸ்ல இருந்து நான் எவ்வளவு ஆங்கிள் இருக்குன்னு தெரியணும். அதாவது நான் 2D கோஆர்டினேட்ஸ்ல என்ன பண்ணணும் அதே தான் இங்கேயும் பேஸ் ஆக்சிஸை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும். பட் ஒன்லி ஒன் எக்ஸ்ட்ரா ஃபேக்டர் வருது, இசட் ஆக்சிஸ்ன்னு சொல்லிட்டு. ஸோ அப்போ அதுக்கு ஏற்ற போல பேராமீட்டர் வந்து எப்படி சேஞ்ச் ஆகுது அப்படின்னு நான் என்ன பண்ணணும், கண்டுபிடிக்கணும், எப்படி சேஞ்ச் ஆகுதுன்னு கண்டுபிடிக்கணும். ஸோ இதுதான் வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா அகைன் 3-dimensional கோஆர்டினேட் சிஸ்டத்துல வந்து நம்மளுக்கு அகைன் 2 எக்ஸ்ட்ரா பேராமீட்டர் இருக்குன்னா அது சிலிண்ட்ரிக்கல் அண்ட் ஸ்பெரிக்கல் கோஆர்டினேட் சிஸ்டம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. 3-dimensional கோஆர்டினேட் சிஸ்டத்துல எக்ஸ்ட்ரா நம்மளுக்கு என்ன வரும், ஸ்பெரிக்கல் கோஆர்டினேட் சிஸ்டம் அண்ட் சிலிண்ட்ரிக்கல் கோஆர்டினேட் சிஸ்டம். ஓகே, நவ் இப்போ ஃபர்ஸ்ட் இந்த பாயிண்ட்ல இருக்கிறோம். ஸோ இதுல அகைன் 3-dimensional கோஆர்டினேட் சிஸ்டத்துல அகைன் நீங்க xyz வேல்யூ யூஸ் பண்ணீங்கன்னா வெரி சிம்பிள் சார். xyz வேல்யூ யூஸ் பண்ணா how much x you are having. So say suppose if I want to go to xy comma z, say for example 1,1,2, first of all you should travel 1 unit here, okay, and 1 unit here in y axis, then you will get some common point, okay, some common point. Now at this point the common point will be in xy plane, but you have to go above, okay, just above to that point, upward by the unit of 2, say like this, upward you have to go actually. Okay, as it is a 2-dimensional plane, it is a little bit difficult to draw. So you imagine yourself that 1,1 is in base, and if you lift that point upward by the factor of 2, okay, upward by the factor of 2. Now this is your actual point, that okay, that yellow color is your actual point, just upward. Okay, now, from the base plane it is the distance is around 2 unit. அப்ப என்ன சார் மீனிங், அப்ப நான் என்ன பண்ணலாம், 3D கோஆர்டினேட் சிஸ்டத்துல 3 பாராமீட்டர்ஸ் இருந்ததுன்னா நான் என்ன பண்ண முடியும், எங்க வேணாலும் போலாம். ஏன்னா x வேரியேஷன் வந்து என்னது -∞ to +∞, அகைன் y வேரியேஷன் -∞ to +∞, z க்கும் அதே தான். அப்ப நான் யூசிங் இந்த பாயிண்ட் யூஸ் பண்ணி நான் என்ன பண்ண முடியும், எங்க வேணாலும் நான் என்ன பண்ண முடியும், போக முடியும். இப்போ இந்த அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்டிங்கை நான் எப்படி வேற ஏதாவது மாடலுக்கு அப்ளை பண்றது, வேற ஏதாவது ஒரு மாடலுக்கு. ஸோ நெக்ஸ்ட் நான் என்ன பண்ண போறேன்னா இதுல இருந்து சிலிண்ட்ரிக்கல் கோஆர்டினேட் சிஸ்டத்துக்கு போறேன். எங்க போறேன், சிலிண்ட்ரிக்கல் கோஆர்டினேட் சிஸ்டம். இப்போ நம்ம ஒரு அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்டிங் இருக்கு, அது எப்படி சிலிண்ட்ரிக்கல் கோஆர்டினேட் சிஸ்டத்துக்கு மாத்துறது. எந்த கோஆர்டினேட் சிஸ்டம் போனாலும் நம்மளால என்ன பண்ண முடியணும், நம்ம எந்த பாயிண்ட் நினைக்கிறோமோ அந்த இடத்துக்கு போக முடியும். அதுதான் மெயின் ஐடியா. நீங்க எந்த கோஆர்டினேட் சிஸ்டத்துல வேணாலும் இருங்க, நம்ம நினைக்கிற பாயிண்ட்டுக்கு நம்மளால போக முடியணும். அதுக்கு அங்க என்ன இருக்கணும், some flexibility இருக்கணும். Okay, now cylindrical coordinate system. Okay, cylindrical coordinate system. Anybody, what is the parameter of cylindrical coordinate system?
R, theta, z.
R pi z. Don't use theta. You try to use pi. R pi z. Because anyway, another factor theta will be coming in the spherical coordinate system. Then you will have confusion there. Okay. So again, this theta is what we have used in 2D coordinate system to denote the angle. Okay, to denote the angle. There I have put r comma theta. That itself we change r comma pi notation. How much angle from the pi means always what? How much angle from the x-axis? How much angle from the x-axis? Okay. So now again, you know, the pi we have already used. That means what? This can be 0 to 2 pi. This can be 0 to 2 pi. And r I have already used. R means what? The distance from the center point. Radial distance from the center point. Okay, now let's see how to make that cylindrical shape and what we can do with that. Okay, now you know the limits of r. That again, r can be from 0 to infinity, pi can be from 0 to pi. And what is the z value, sir? Anybody? What could be the z?
Minus infinity to
Anyway,
plus infinity.
yeah, z is from minus infinity to plus infinity. Okay, you will understand once I draw the diagram. You can understand this, why the limits are like this. Okay, why not in another way? So, now, so what I'm telling, say, suppose I'm going to analyze one by one. Okay, I'm going to analyze one by one. R means what, sir? Say this is x-axis, this is y-axis, this is z-axis. Okay, if somebody is giving you r is equal to 2, somebody is giving you r is equal to 2, what is the meaning of that? That r means radius. Again, you have to form a circle of radius 2 in which plane, sir? R is always related with which plane, sir? Anybody? XY plane. R is always related with which plane? XY plane. Okay, so again, this is the center point, this is the center point. Again, you imagine there is a circle, but please remember that that circle is in the XY plane. Okay, anyway, this is a 2D paper, and again you have to imagine yourself. Okay, the circle of unit 2 is in which plane, sir? It is in XY plane. It is in XY plane. Okay, it is in XY plane. Now that question arises. Okay, that means r is equal to 2 means it is what? It is only a circle or not? Okay, again you have to extend your understanding. In case of 3D coordinate system, if one coordinate is fixed, what you will get, sir? Anybody? In a 3-dimensional coordinate system, if only one parameter is fixed and you are having flexibility over another, what parameter you will get?
Surface.
Surface. Yeah, you will get surface. That means what, sir? If somebody is giving r is equal to 2, that means what? 2 comma pi comma z. Okay, that means what? Z can be anything, pi can be anything. Pi anything means what, sir? Pi anything means you can be here, you can be here, you can be here, like this. Okay, you can be anywhere on the circle. That is the meaning of pi. Okay, pi is anything. And again, z is also telling z can be anything. That means what? The same circle you can extend upward or downwards. The same circle. For simplicity, I extend upwards. Okay, again it's something like this. Okay, wait, again this is something like this. It forms some kind of surface cylinder. It forms some kind of cylinder, but please remember that here we have a limitation to draw, but actually that cylinder getting extended from minus infinity to plus infinity. Please remember, this is a cylinder whose range is from minus infinity to plus infinity. Anyway, I cannot draw here infinite distance, so just limited cylinder only I am showing. Okay, so if in a cylindrical coordinate system, if one parameter is fixed and there is a flexibility in remaining parameter, say pi comma z, then it will give you the cylinder. It will give you the cylinder. And please remember, they are fixing r is equal to 2. They are fixing radius. They are fixing, and you are having flexibility in pi and z. Okay, in the exam they will ask, in a cylindrical parameter, r is equal to 2 means what? R is equal to 2 will give you the cylinder. R is equal to 2 will give you the cylinder. Now I'm going to ask another question. Okay, now once if the pi is given, okay, if the pi is given and you are having flexibility over another, say my next question is, say I will erase this, and please note down, in a cylindrical coordinate system, if r is given, remaining is not given, that means what? You have a flexibility to vary. Okay, then it will form a cylindrical surface. Definitely it has to form some surface. Now in this case, that surface is cylinder. Okay, now next what I am doing, I am fixing pi parameter. Say pi, for simplicity I take 0, sir, 0. So again, r can be anything, and pi is 0, and z can be anything. Okay, and this is x, this is y, this is z. Anybody, what is that 0 indicates? 0 degree actually, that is 0 degree. Okay, 0 degree. Now in this case, r can be anything. R can be 0 or 1 or 2 or up to infinite. Z also can be anything, 0, 1, 2 up to infinite. Now, what is 0? 0 means what, sir? Angle measured from what, sir? Angle measured from Z. Angle measured from Z is called 0. Angle measured from Z. Now, again, I am giving you that itself 0. That itself 0 means my point is where, sir? My point is exactly on the x-axis only. Okay, only the point that is on the x-axis will have an angle of 0 degree with x-axis. Okay, only the point that is on the x-axis will have an angle of 0 degree from the x-axis. Please remember, this angle is always from x-axis. Okay, this angle. Okay, this angle is always from the x-axis. Okay, that means what? I can be anywhere. I can be anywhere in this line. But what is the flexibility given? What is the flexibility? You can vary r. You can vary r means what, sir? You can be anywhere on this line. Okay, there is no restriction on the r. R means what, sir? In this case, r means radial distance from the center point. Okay, radial distance. You can be anywhere, here, or anywhere else. Okay, r can be anything. Okay, again, what is z? Z also can be anything. Z also can be anything. That means what? I can go upward. I can go upward. So I can go downward. Again, in that particular z, r can be anything. In that particular z, r can be anything. So finally, what I will get? I will get a plane, some plane like this. Finally, I will get a some plane like this. Okay. Again, that pi is equal to 0. It is giving you the what? Again, a plane or surface. Pi is equal to 0 is giving you the plane or surface. Now I will draw it very clearly, little bit clear. Okay, what pi is equal to 0 will give you. Please try to understand. These are a little bit difficult, but you need practice. Okay. Okay. Now pi is equal to 0 means this one, sir. This plane is pi is equal to 0. This plane.